What will it take for me to get some of the things that I want? And being hungry for those things. Number one, you've got to work on yourself. It's very important that you engage in an ongoing process to develop you. Spend more time on yourself than what you've been spending. It's very important. You owe that to yourself. I was reading a book by Og Mandino called The University of Success. Read one line, gave me a chill. I didn't have to read anything else in the book. He said, many of us never realize our greatness because we become sidetracked by secondary activity. We spread ourselves too thin. Don't know how to say no.
I don't do it every day. I do it, for example, the breathe. I do it in meditation when I feel a little bit more stressful. Especially the day of the game. Sometimes I do it to visualize a few points that can happen in the game. I like to do it, and sometimes it's my subconscious that do it by himself. So, but it's nice. You visualize a few things, not even during the game, but during the period that you go to the stadium to warm up, you know, before the game, during the game. Talent without work is nothing, and work without talent is nothing too. So I think the both mix up. And of course I have two. I'm not will say that I have more one than the other one, because if you see my whole career for the last 20 years, my level was high, and this is, as you can know, it's really tough. Not only in a football, but in any area. If you are top for 20 years is unbelievable. And I do that, and I continue to do that. For me, it's a big achievement, and my biggest motivation is to carry on, to still enjoy, to make people happy, to make my family happy. So for me, I have both talent and work ethic.
If you grow up broke, and it's the thing that you make up your mind, I feel, and it's the same thing that happened to me. I made up my mind, like, I'm broke today, but one day I'm never gonna be broke, and I will never fucking go back to being broke. At least I'm gonna do all I can not to be broke. So when you have that mentality, you have the blinders on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, this is the way you're thinking. This is until I think we get a little older and we achieve the success, we understand, then it starts to go like this a little bit.
What do you need to do to win? AKA impress the future version of you. And the reason I define winning this way is that for those of you guys who are at the top and you guys know who you are, you can't compare yourself to everyone that you're already better than. And I say that from a success, like objective measurement perspective, not as a human being. Everyone's a wonderful snowflake. You can't compare yourself to people that you're beating because you'll just get complacent. You know that, for those of you guys who are the winners here. For those of you guys not at the top or who are on the climb, you can only control what you can control. And you only know what that is. And so there might be advantages or disadvantages that you might have been born with. It also doesn't matter. No one cares. The only people who like excuses are the ones giving them.
Motivation is for people that don't have a meaningful mission. Discipline is for people that are clear on their identity of who they want to become and the mission that they have that is meaningful for them, not only for them, but for those around them. And you know, when I was growing up, I wanted to be successful. That was kind of the goal and the mindset, is how can I become successful? How can I accomplish my goals as an athlete? How can I be a pro athlete? How can I make money? How can I get, awards and all these different things? For whatever reason, that's what I thought of, is I wanted to be successful. When I turned 30 and started realizing how big of an ego I actually had and how selfish I actually was in life. And I was a fun-loving guy, but my intentions were more for me to look good, for me to win, for me to be successful, for me. And this is one of the reasons why I love you so much, because your mission is about service. I started to realize at 30 that success was selfish and greatness was really about service, right? Greatness was not about just me. It was about having an intention of a dream that I might have, but including others in the dream. Where success is more about accomplishing goals and dreams for just you and not as much thinking about others. Maybe others are included, but the intention is really like, how do I look good? How do I get this award and make this money and get this credibility? And that's why 10 years ago, I said, I have to completely shift my identity. And it was an unwinding of like 30 years of programming. So I had to shift the identity from, okay, and I love that you always talk about collaboration over competition. I was all competition, right? And there's healthy competition in like sports and things like that. But in the game of life, we've got to be collaborators. We've got to be thinking about we instead of me if we want to go far. If we want to go fast, that quote, you can, what is the quote? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, something like that.
That's it, yeah.
And if you want to go fast, you can do it on your own quickly, but it won't take you far, and you typically burn out. Motivation, I believe, is for people that want only success. But discipline is when you shift your identity based on a meaningful mission. That's why I start the book with meaningful mission, because all the great people that we've interviewed who have health, happiness, and are healed, I think that's greatness. They have a meaningful mission that's beyond them. They have something more, and that is an identity that has non-negotiables, where they're able to be disciplined because it's something bigger than them.